All right, well, welcome back, everybody, to the Raider Roster Report. This is Raider Sparks coming at you. We got another episode tonight. And last time I had the episode on the offensive line as one of the most intriguing positions for me as a fan to kind of watch throughout, I guess, the OTAs and mini camps and all that stuff. And then I was going to talk about either running backs or safeties. But in light of the new Trayvon Mullen surgery on his toe, I thought we should probably take a look at the defensive backs. So I'm going to kind of get into a little bit of defensive back stuff and a player that I think maybe a little bit of a stretch, but maybe somebody we could target to fill the spot. So please, everybody, like, share, subscribe to the video. Definitely comment. Want to hear your thoughts on the cornerback room that we have. You know, obviously, rookie mini camps about to start here on the 13th. So that's coming up for us. And so we'll get a look at Sam Webb and see how that goes. Obviously, one of the players that I really liked in the draft, so I'm glad the Raiders went ahead and picked him up as a UDFA defensive back. But let's talk about it because there's a lot of talk about James Bradbury. Actually, before we do that, let's talk about a little bit about what we have. We brought in Anthony Averett, Rocky Sin, and Darius Phillips. I think those are great signings. I think all three of those guys are going to make the 53-man roster coming out of camp. I think they're all very good players in their own right. And then, of course, we have Nate Hobbs on the roster as well, signed for a couple more years with us. Obviously, I think those four guys are locks really to make the team. The only one in there I would think that maybe would be Darius Phillips, but I really do think he's gonna make the team. I think he's a really good player. He's a good veteran. All of these guys are sort of in their prime and that type of thing. It's just unfortunate Averett, Yasin and Phillips are only on one-year deals, but hopefully we can change that. And of course, we have Trayvon Mullen. I don't know what's going to happen with him. As a fan, I'm kind of upset that he didn't get the surgery sooner to be ready, but I don't know if he's ready for training camp or not. But I'm sure he'll be ready for the season and whatnot. But will he make the team? I know we'd save about 2.5 million if we cut him. So let's see what happens there. Of course, we still have a Meek Robertson in our contract for another 2 years. We have LeBlanc, who we brought over from the Patriots, and then we have our new guy Sam Webb. And I'm really pulling for Sam Webb to make the team. In fact, what I hope happens. I know we said we're gonna have our coach Graham said we're five quality quarterbacks, but I could definitely see us possibly keeping six just to keep Sam Webb on the roster, let him grow with us. I see a lot of hope for that young man, and I hope he makes it. And I just think if we put him on the practice squad, he would be gone. So those are the current roster. Those are the current guys we have on the roster. I'm thinking we're going to keep six guys. I know he said five, but we'll see what happens there. So I definitely think in my opinion, Amik and LeBlanc they have a really uphill battle to make the team. Same with Sam Webb, but I just think he's a rookie. I think you give him that year to prove himself. So if we can carry a roster spot for him, I hope we do. And then Trayvon, I have no idea. Is he going to start the year on injured reserve or whatnot, or are we just going to cut him outright and save the money and spend it on somebody else? Who knows what's happening there? But I thought we'd focus a little bit on all the talk that's happening now. Obviously, we have the James Bradbury talk, hot and heavy. To get from the Giants. Supposedly he should be released maybe even as early as tomorrow. And so we'll see how that all goes. But let me know your thoughts on bringing in Bradbury. Obviously, he's a very good quarterback. He's very familiar with the coaches and the system and all of that. As a fan, as a football, person, not really a football person, but just as an observer of football, he's obviously a very, very talented player. But as a fan, I kind of on the fence about signing him just because I was so excited about our guys we're bringing in are all press man guys, and I want this team to play press man defense and not zone. And with Bradbury, his strength is not man, it's zone. So it means half the field we have to play zone, half man. And I don't know. I just think that with the pass rush that we have now and the too high safety look that hopefully we kind of go to, I think press man is the best way to go. And so I don't see James Bradbury being that fit, although he's a heck of a player. Like he would definitely upgrade. He'd be our number one cornerback for sure. So I have no problem signing him. And just as a fan, I kind of wanted to see our defense transition to that press man defense with those two high safeties and an awesome pass rush that I think we're going to have this year. And I just think that's the way to go. But we'll see. A long shot that might get cut. I have no knowledge of this. Is Byron Murphy would just be awesome. I think would be if he was able to get cut from Arizona. They only have 2.3 million in cap space. Cutting him would save them 2.7. Not a lot, but they've got to find ways to do it. They got Humphreys. They could cut with their left tackle would save 15 million, but there's no way they're cutting him. There's restructure his contract, and so there's not a lot of other people they can cut. So if Brian Murphy came available, he's 24 years old. He's a really good press man guy. 2021, 4 interceptions, 12 pass breakups. That would be fantastic. And then the Patriots, they have Jonathan Jones. He was their slot guy, but it's possible that he might get cut as well. So they just spent some high draft picks on a third and fourth round picks on quarterbacks, Marcus Jones, and then the guy, Jack Jones in the fourth round out of Arizona State, and Marcus Jones out of Houston, a third round pick. So they just picked up two quarterbacks with pretty high draft picks. So maybe that would be somebody that they might want to move on because the Patriots only have 1.5 million in cap space. Letting go of him would save them 5.6 million. So, and he is recovering from a shoulder injury that kept him out a lot last year, if not the whole year. So yeah, look for him. He's a very good slot cornerback. I'm sure he could play a bit on the outside as well. If Nate Hobbs is really going to move around, play on the outside a bit, maybe this is a guy we want to look at. Obviously, he has that familiarity with the Patriots. So keep an eye on Jonathan Jones to possibly released by the Patriots just so they can save some money. So those are a couple guys. I think Byron Murphy's probably a no way chance, but if it ever happened, yeah. James Bradbury sounds like it's very possible. It's going to cost a lot, and would have to sort of go to that a little bit more zone than I was looking for. And then Jonathan Jones is a Patriot guy, and so you never know. But the guy I wanted to talk about, I know it's a stretch, and don't turn the video off. Please like, share, subscribe now before I bring you the name. But it was Kevin King out of Green Bay. Hit or miss career. He's given up a lot of big plays in his career. However, the measurables are fantastic. So 6'3" and a quarter, 200 pounds. So taller than a typical Patriots sort of 5'11" to 6 foot guy. A little different than the guys we've even brought in are all sort of in that range. But 6'3" and a quarter, 200 pounds, 2-inch arms, 79-inch wingspan. So he's got great length, which makes him a very good press cornerback. But more than that, his physical skills, his straight line speed, 4.43 40, which is really good for a guy that big. His explosion, 39.5 on the vert. But his agility is off the charts. His 20 is 3.89, and his three cone 6.56, and that's what makes him a great press man cornerback. Is that quick short area quickness that he has, that burst that he has in the short area would make him he's a very good press man. He's just a very bad zone cornerback. And so, yeah, I think it would be worth the look. He's been on the free agent market now for a bit. In 2019, he was a top man coverage cornerback, or he's one of the top rated coverage cornerbacks after the 2019 season. In 2019, he had 5 INTs and 15 pass breakups. So he's been in the league for 4 years. And 2019, PFF had him rated as the number one red zone cornerback with a 90 rating. So it was the best in the NFL by far. And that all led to a 2021 1-year contract for $5 million. And so he played that out last year. And his biggest issue is red zone defense. He gambles. He's a little grabby. He gambles a little bit on man-to-man. But I think so he's given up a lot of big plays. But I think with the 2 high safeties that we're going to run, that won't be a problem. And with the pass rush we're going to have, I think we just want a guy to come up the line, jam, take that short throw away, that quick throw away, and he's very good at doing that. So, and he's going to come at probably a third of the cost of James Bradbury, let's say. So still a young guy. He's only been in the league for 4 years, and so I definitely think it would be worth a shot. His other biggest problem is injuries. In 4 seasons, he's played in 41 games. He's had injury problems with the health problems, shoulder, groin, hammy, back, Achilles, quad, everything. But I think it would be worth a look to bring him in and see what he's got, see if he can fit in the system. and be that fifth or sixth cornerback for us and kind of complete our cornerback room. He's obviously a veteran presence, so he's been around the league a little bit, and he's sort of the same age as Avery Houston and Phillips, kind of in that same mold. I think could bring a lot to the table, and it would be worth look. It wouldn't cost. I don't think it's going to cost much. I think maybe that's why he's still unsigned because he's maybe thinking he is a starting cornerback, and he may be. You never know until you get him in. And last year, obviously he had a $5 million contract, so that may be the issue. But if I look at our division, I mean, the Broncos, their two starting receivers, Cortland Sutton and Tim Patrick, or Jerry Judy, I guess might be in there as well. But Sutton and Patrick are two of their main receivers. They're both 6'4". The Chiefs have now Marcus Valdez Scantley, who's 6'4", and the Chargers Mike Williams, who's 6'4". So it would be nice to have a quarterback to line up with those guys, especially in the red zone. Really,